Hello, everybody. We are back for Ramsis Retro Longplays. It is time to continue our look back at SimCity SNES. Early 90s game. Was a launch game. Yes, it was a launch game for the Super Nintendo. And what a way to start the system. Little known fact, there was an NES version also in production, but when the Super Nintendo was being made at the same time, they said, why bother with the NES? We have the Super Nintendo. There is actually a prototype floating out there if anyone wants to check it out to see what they were coming up with on the NES. Very cool. It's very similar to this. It's amazing what they were able to do towards the end of the NES's life cycle, but that's for another discussion another day. Just thought you guys would like to know that there was actually an NES version that was going to be made at the same time as this Super Nintendo version. I think we won with the Super Nintendo version. There's a great version of the game, but it would have been cool to have one on the NES as well. Anyway, so we are up to the fourth scenario now, which is Detroit Crime Spree, 1972. Crime is rampant. Crime is out of control. What will we do? Well, we're going to hire Ramsis as our mayor to fix this problem. What will he ever do to stop crime? Well, I guess you'll have to tune in to find out here. Let's see how I stop the crime wave that is overtaking Detroit in the early 70s. That'll be scenario number 4. Should take probably 2 or 3 episodes because I think it's a 10-year scenario. And of course, it's about getting to the end of the scenario, not just winning the scenario. You gotta actually get to the whole time limit before they give you the you've done it. So that's the fun part of these scenarios. But we're gonna do it. Like I said, we're gonna beat every scenario here. So here we go. Detroit Crime Wave 1972 will be the start of this episode in SimCity Super Nintendo scenario mode. Before we get to it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell if you like what you see. I have something to say. And I know many of you do, and it's appreciated. Check us out on our main channel. We are spun off from Vespers Retro Reviews, where retro is alive and well, and not going anywhere anytime soon. All right, time to check out what the write-up on Detroit is. Let's find out. Detroit, USA, 1972. With the recent gas shortage and slumping auto sales, Detroit's economy is deeply depressed. The real estate market has crumbled, unemployment has skyrocketed, and the crime rate in downtown Detroit has risen to epidemic proportions. Your task is to lower the crime rate and reconstruct the industrial foundation within 10 years. So they give you all the information you need here. Lower the crime rate, build up the industrial foundation. So you not only have to remove the crime, they want you to rebuild the industrial foundation of the city, meaning you need more industry, and you have to have the population go up. So yeah, all 3 of those factors have to be taken into account. You gotta remove crime, build up industrial demand and the industry, and build up the city. So there you go. That's why they give you 10 years. So let's do it. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is something I usually don't do, and that's actually put the game on pause. So I want to see what we have here. We have lots of nothing connected. Of course, you know, perish the thought they give you anything connected here. A lot of waste. We can remove all that. Lots of fire departments we don't need. We're going to get rid of some of those fire departments. A lot of extra roads and rails we don't need. Alright, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to keep it on pause here. Let's take care of all the roads and all the railroads and stuff we don't need. Like, you know, it looks fancy, it's all heading out of town, and that's great, but we gotta pay for all that. This is not real, this is SimCity, simulation, so we don't have to be super realistic, we just have to win the goal. So we are going to remove any excess roads and rails we don't need, as always. That is always the first goal here. Okay. Like, even all this we don't need. Alright, that we do need because that's connecting. Let's see. We actually don't need any of that road. Let's see, what else? We actually don't need this road. Don't need this. Yeah, we'll rebuild all the power lines out there. Alright, we're gonna keep the rail because I'd rather have rail than roads, so get rid of the roads here. We don't need any of that. Unfortunately, yeah, they didn't build it near enough to the railroad, so we have to keep that road. But actually, no, we don't, because there's a road on the left of it. So yeah, all that can go. That can go. I think, you know, we might just get rid of and just build rail instead. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Means we can get rid of all this. We don't need that. Yeah, this is the best way to make money and not have to spend too much, because taxes are important. You're in a 10-year scenario here, meaning you need to make money. You're not going to make a lot of money in 10 years, but you need to make some money. And we're going to get rid of this. That's a waste. We don't need that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, we don't need any of this. All this can go. I like how they did this. They're showing that things are bad, so buildings are gone. Like, I didn't destroy these buildings. That's part of the scenario. I think that's kind of a cool touch. They're showing that things used to be there, but since the economy went so bad, they're out of business, they've been destroyed. I think that's a cool touch. I like that aspect of things here. Alright, so, I mean, look at this mess. Yeah, that's why we're going to do it a little differently this time. We are going to keep the game on pause for now, and we're just going to clean up. Cleanup is very important. It is very important. Alright, this whole roadway is not needed. As long as the railroad is there, which it is, yeah, we don't need any of this. Okay. Again, it's not realistic to how a city would run. You would have roads, you would have railroads, you would have blocks. Yes, this is realistic to, or at least what you can do in a Super Nintendo, realistic to what a city would look like, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to win the scenario and make it all work. And you do not need, in SimCity rules, you do not need all four corners, and you don't need everything attached to roads or rails. As long as a part is touching it, that is good enough according to the rules of how the system works in this game. So that's fine. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep some things that you don't need to. Like, technically, I could cut the road here, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to not be overdoing it. The logic of the game is there's some people that like to, they don't care if they have one slew of the road. No, I literally want it connected just to, you know, at least make it feel like a city, but you don't really need to do that either. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And we're going to get rid of the fire departments. Fire departments are not needed. There's not going to be a fire issue in this scenario, so that will be a big savings also. Fire departments are going. And we're just going to get rid of a lot of the excess here. This will help greatly with reducing cost here. Let's see. So what else? We need that. Let's see. We need that road. Yeah, this is such a mess how they built this. My goodness. Alright, let's look everything over. Yeah, we can get rid of the avenues in between. And like I said, we have to reconnect all the power. That's going to be the fun part here. Okay, and technically we don't need that road, so we'll get rid of it. And we don't need that road, we'll get rid of it. Do we need these roads? Actually, no. We do need the middle, though, so we'll stop it there. And we have one there, so that's good, too. We don't need one here, either. We don't need one here. So if rail is touching it, yeah, it's good enough. We don't need it. We don't need that. This is all waste. That's a waste. Technically, we don't even need... we'll just bring the rail through. That's what we'll do with that. Alright. And we don't need this road here. That's all waste. A hospital and a residential, I'll keep it, but it's really... Actually, no, we'll make it rail. Make it all rail. This is all waste. Okay. Same here. Make it all rail. Keep that a road and just connect it to there. That's fine. What else? Okay, we don't need that. Don't need any of this because that's just parks. That doesn't matter. Don't need any of that. That's all connected. That can go. That's all connected, so we can get rid of that. Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta do this micromanaging stuff in these scenarios because it'll bleed you dry if you let it just decide that you're gonna have what they give you and that's it, you know? I just wish more of the territories were, I'm gonna get rid of the fire department, I wish more of the territories were connected a little better. I don't like that they're all spread apart like this. That's the disappointing part of this. Alright, so yeah, we don't need that. Let's see, what else? We actually don't need that. Yeah, police departments we are not getting rid of, because that is the part of the scenario that we have to worry about. Police, yes. But any police department that's existing now is not going anywhere, let's put it that way. Alright, we don't need the middle streets. Yeah, we don't need the middle here either. And again, the disappointing part is, yes, you had to rebuild all the power lines. I wish there was an option where you could just say destroy everything on the square except for power lines. That would be great, but no, they do not give you that ability, unfortunately. Alright, let's see. I think we might just build a railroad going up and down there and get rid of all this. I think that's what we're gonna do, yeah. We'll get rid of the extra road pieces too. Because they double charge you. Remember what I told you? They double charge you for a road and railroad on the same tile, so you might want to get rid of them if you can. Okay. Alright, so another fire department we don't need. That can go. And let's see, we're going to build railroad all the way down here, so again, we can just get rid of all this. And let's see, all this can go, because we're going to have railroads right next to it. Yeah, so we'll have a railroad go all the way down. And all this is going, by the way. All this is garbage. We don't need any of this extra railroad. This is all garbage. It looks nice. It makes it look like Detroit. We don't need it. All going. We'll keep it, though, yeah, connected to that. And we'll keep it... Yeah, we don't even need it there. That's not doing anything. Alright, good. And we don't need it here. We don't need the middle road here. Yeah, unfortunately, they built it so far away, yeah, that it makes it annoying, but that's okay. Alright, so technically we don't need any of these. This is all before we even got to the theme of the goal of this scenario, you know? Alright, let's see, what do we have here? A mess, that's what we have. Let's get rid of it. There we go. Yeah, even this is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. The designers didn't even connect this. Like, what is this? Some message about Detroit here that they can't even fit it? I mean, that's ridiculous. They didn't even notice that? This is, wow, this is a waste, a waste. Alright, so let's get rid of all of it. You'll see our expenses are going to go down greatly when you get rid of all this excess. This is all just waste. Okay. What else? Alright, so I guess technically we have to keep that. Untechnically we don't need this, so let's get rid of it. Yeah, that's enough. The road's touching everything there. That's fine. What else? Yeah, this is a mess, but we'll keep it for now. Alright, it's a little better, but we still have a ways to go, so let's get rid of more. So this whole avenue can go now, because railroad is touching it. There we go. And then what do we have here? So yeah, we can get rid of all the middle streets. Same here. Again, I know, not realistic. A city would not have just open plots of land where roads should be, but again, that's just how the engine of this works. You can get away with this, so we're gonna do it. Trying to make some money. We only have 10 years to do it, so that's what we're doing. And we really don't need this. We have a road touching it right above. That's fine. We don't need this. This is waste. This, unfortunately, no, we don't need that, because, yeah. So actually, we can get rid of all this. Good. We'll get rid of the extras here that we don't need. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of all. Good. Okay. This we don't need either. Yeah. Technically all we need. This we don't need. This we don't need. And this we don't need. See? This is how you clean up your city, you know? You just get rid of all the excess. And when you're doing it yourself, you can do whatever you want because you're having fun. But this is just scenarios. You want to try to make as much money as you can in the limited amount of time that you have. And I'm not going to assume everyone's seen every video I've done here on SimCity, so I will repeat myself a few times. The maintenance for your roads and railroads do go on taxes. Every dot of road and rail you have on the ground counts as $1 charge for tax. So that's why you'll see like $1,700, $1,800 in taxes, because they charge you for the maintenance of every single slither of road and rail you have. So if you want to make more money, you remove fire department, you remove their funding, and you also have to remove only excess roads and rails you don't need, because they charge you for every single dot of it that you're using. Alright, so it is a lot of micromanaging to fix these maps, but it's the only way to do it, because you have to make money in the limited amount of time you have, and one of the ways to make money is, yes, get rid of all the extra roads. It doesn't make the city look as nice, but it makes our taxes much more financially accurate for what we need. Even making $1,000 a year, that's a big difference. That's $1,000 more you have to spend on building up the city, you know? Because one of the goals is always make sure your population is growing by the end of it, and you can't do that if you have to lower your taxes so much that you're not making money. You know, you have to figure out a good balance here, and this is the tried and true way. You get rid of all the excess roads and rails that you don't need. Like, this is extra, we don't need this. Oh. And technically we don't need this either, so we're gonna give it a... We have to remember to connect all the power lines. That's gonna be the fun part that we're gonna do when we turn everything back on. Alright, so this is all empty now. We don't need... Oh, no, let me think. Alright, actually, yeah, we're just gonna get rid of the middles. Because the way they built this is silly, but whatever. I already mentioned it. Yeah, we'll just keep the long avenues and get rid of the lanes here. Or the side streets, I guess. Yeah, we'll keep the long avenues and get rid of the side streets. That's what we'll want. How do we want to go about that? Yeah. Alright, fire departments go. Goodbye. Alright, so railroad is touching all that, so technically we don't need anything here, and we don't need any of that. Don't need, whoops, don't need, uh-oh. There we go. We don't need the road going all the way down there. And we don't need this. This is all garbage. Okay, let's see what else we have here. That can go. This can go. Yeah, that can go. That can go. Hey, well, yeah, we can get rid of that. What else? Wow. Again, they're trying to make it look like Detroit, I get it, but it's not helping our needs here. So we are getting rid of it. And we're going to get rid of another fire department, because we are also going to need the space for more police departments. Don't forget that the goal of this scenario is reduce crime. The only way to do that is police. A lot of police. And I wish there was another way. I wish it was like, oh, citizens on patrol, you know. What is it, Police Academy 4? No, that is not how it works. You need police departments, and that's all you can do, is just build police departments. But this is all waste. It looks nice, it's cool, wow. We don't need it. Goodbye. We're going to save the park, because that does add value to land. But I have a feeling we're just going to add a lot of industry there, and we're probably going to tear down stuff. So yeah, we're going to have to reshape some things here and there. Okay. Let's see, what else? Okay, we don't need the roads here, because the railroad is touching it. And we don't need the middle streets, like I said. Good, we do need... Well, we don't need it on both sides, so technically, yeah, we can get rid of all this, actually. We have a roadway going, yeah, right there. That's all cleaned out now. Yeah, we need that, we need that. I'm gonna keep, well, I think this industry here is garbage. That's too close to residential. We'll rebuild it over there. What else? Oh yeah, we can get rid of this. And we don't need this many hospitals, so we're gonna get rid of some of that. Hospitals are just waste. They fill up a spot, they do absolutely nothing. Like I've said before, I wish they did something in the early SimCity games. They really don't. It's just filler. There's nothing of value to a hospital or a school. And I wish there was. That'd be cool if they did add, like, education or, you know, tax money somehow. Nope. Later on games do make it more interesting to have hospitals in school, but not this game. Okay, that's cleaned up. Technically, we don't need a park to have a street, so that's fine too. Technically, we need that street, but we don't need this, right? Yeah, we don't need that street. So far, so good. Alright, let's see what else. Alright, we'll get rid of the middle here. And we don't need that, we don't need that, and we don't need that. Don't need this. Get rid of that, good. Alright, so far, so good. Oh yeah, we don't need that because the road is touching both. Same here. Same here. We don't need that. And this street, I don't even know what it does, so we don't need that. Yeah, we have to keep it though. Don't need the side streets though. Alright, it's looking a little better. I'm sure there's many I've missed, and that's fine. We'll just keep cleaning up as we go along. But that's looking much better now. And even this we don't need. Goodbye. Yeah, that's a waste. Oh yeah, there are many we missed. Alright, let's get rid of this. And technically we don't need this whole upper road at all, so we'll get rid of that. As long as it's touching something, we're good, and it is, so. Another fire department we don't need. Because we're going to put a lot of police stations where I'm destroying all those fire departments that we don't need. We're going to be replacing it with police stations. Because you're going to see the crime next. Once I start it up, you're going to see how bad the crime actually is in this city here, you know? Yeah. We need that. We don't need this, though. Good. Do we need that? No, we don't need that, and we don't need that. Need any of this. As long as you have straightaways, you're fine. We can get rid of all this. This is going to save us a fortune by what I just did here. It is time consuming, like I said, but it's going to save us a fortune. Alright, so this roadway, I don't think we need at all. This is actually a huge waste of time and everything. We don't need that. Technically, we don't need that road. And technically, we don't need any of this road. Yeah, this can all go. This is touching absolutely nothing. That's important. Good. Now, the problem's going to be connecting the power, because I have no idea how we're going to do that, but that'll be a fun problem to figure out in a bit. Alright, so this roadway we don't need. Get rid of the extras here, too. Good. Okay, a lot of money for railroads. That's going to be another problem. Alright, let's see. Don't need that, need that. Don't need that. Do need that though. Okay. I think we are ready to connect everything now. So we're gonna do power first. And that's gonna be messy. So let's see how we can fix the power here. Alright, so there's no power there, obviously. There we go, we have power now. Alright. And I'm sure we're gonna miss. I can already tell you we are gonna miss. And we'll just deal with it as it happens. And do our best. That's all we can do. Oh wait, let's connect you. There you go. Good. This one's not connected to anything, right? We'll figure that out in a second. Yeah, we'll connect that. Like that. Gotta reconnect this. There we go. Alright, this we'll just have to do that. Alright, I think we got all that reconnected. Oh wait, the power lines here were destroyed. Like I said, I wish there was an option where you could just do it all without getting rid of any power lines when you're destroying everything, but alas, there is not. I don't even know if this is connected to anything, so there you go, now it is. Oh, it is, right here. Whoops, I didn't need to do it. Oh, well. It's a weird space for power line, but whatever. Okay. We have no power lines here. No power lines here. And again, we're gonna have to figure out where... Oops, okay, there we go. We're gonna have to figure out where we missed some, because I know we're gonna miss some power lines. There's no way we got everyone. Best way sometimes is just to go across a whole row like this, so you sort of make sure everything's connected. Alright, that's all connected, yes. This isn't. That is. That is. That is. Yeah. Alright, I think we're gonna remove residential here. A little too close to industry. And then we gotta reconnect all this. All this. All this. Okay, so far so good. I think that's all connected, yes. Oh wait, I didn't even notice this. Yeah, we want to get rid of excess road here. I think we don't need it to go all the way around like that. There we go. We definitely don't need that. Good. Alright, now we'll put the railroad back in, and then we'll start things up again, and then we'll probably continue next time. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. So let's get the railroad all connected again. Alright, and then where do we want the railroad? Yes, from here, right? All the way up. Yeah. Or do we even need that? Let me think. Technically, we don't. I think it was down here that we wanted, yeah. That was it. And we don't need any there, we don't need... Alright, we're not connected here. Let's do that. Right we go. Check all the lines first. Oh, there we go. One broken one. Alright, I'm sure I missed plenty, but for now, we're going to start it up. Let's see how we did. And we'll save it and continue next time. Let all the power connect here, see what happens. Crime warning. Yep, that is the problem with this scenario. Crime alert. The crime rate in the city is beyond acceptable levels. The residents want to reclaim their neighborhood and are willing to take matters into their own hands. You better build some police stations first. Yeah, but first we have to make sure the power is working. Alright, so let's see where we didn't connect. Alright, we got one here. Where else? Looks good there. Ah, we didn't connect here. Okay. Connect there. Okay. That didn't connect here. Good. And how are we going to connect this? Let's see. Like that. Very good. Oh, we got one here. Alright, I think that is it. We are good to go. So next time we're going to deal with the crime. So let's pause the game here. That was just rebuilding the infrastructure of the city. That was the whole episode, but it was needed. We had to do that, otherwise it would have been out of control. So next time, we're going to start putting lots of police stations down, and that should hopefully slow the crime rate down, and that is the goal here. We got to slow the crime rate down, build up the industry, and then get to Metropolis. So that's going to be the goal of this 10-year play, yeah. But we already got the roads and railroads taken care of. We got rid of some fire stations, so that will help greatly. Alright, so next time we're going to start reducing the crime. Tune in next time to see how we fix Detroit's crime problem. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell if you like what you see, have something to say. Hopefully you guys do. Check us out on our main channel, Ramsis Retro Reviews, where retro is alive and well and not going anywhere anytime soon. See you all next time, as it's time to put some police stations down. We'll do that next time for the next episode. See you then. Goodbye, everybody.